Hey everybody, welcome back to 15 Good Minutes. We were just having a little chit chat about Draymond Green and the whole situation with Jordan Poole. We may come back to that, but today I'm going to talk to the team, see what's going on. Freddie, what's happening, man?
Hey man, drinking from a fire hydrant. drinking from a fire hydrant.
If you're drinking the stuff that I saw in your glass from a fire hydrant, you ain't gonna be with us very long. JR, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm, coming along, just working out, man. Everything's great over here. So
Good. I want to talk about roughing the passer. Okay. I want to have a conversation about roughing the passer and get your respective opinions on that. I'm not going to give my opinion right now, but I'm going to lead you in, JR, and say the call against Brady led into it. Then we saw something last night on Monday Night Football. It didn't impact the outcome. Kansas City won, but I'll start with that. And you, JR, what are your thoughts on the current situation involving the NFL and roughing the passer?
There should be a rule on roughing the passer, but I think they're overdoing it. You can barely touch these guys now. I know they're trying to protect the quarterbacks and all that stuff. First of all, I like to see that all the way across, because some people get certain rules called for them and other people don't. That's the first thing.
Brady, I'm sorry, something got caught in my throat. Go ahead.
But I put on that the same thing if, like with Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So
I actually wrote a book about that one called The Jordan Rules. But you're
so
right.
you know what I'm saying?
I do.
But I think that you got to allow the guys to play. You know what I'm saying? Because the quarterbacks do things like fake slide and all that kind of stuff. So you've got to just let them play. And you're not body slamming the dude. You're not piling on. He's getting hit. That's what they do in football. They hit people.
Okay? Freddie?
When the official gave his explanation, he said it was a violent, I guess, the pull. It almost kind of.
We're talking about Sunday against Tampa.
Yeah.
Not yesterday. Okay, I got you.
His response was a bad response. It didn't make sense. He said it was a violent takedown, meaning from the standpoint he wrapped him and then he flung him down. I think that the wrap and the grab and just the takedown was fine if he would just took him down. But I think the notion that as he was going down, his body momentum and his weight, and he's pulling the quarterback, and it makes it a snap. Was it a bad call? Yeah, it was a bad call. It was a bad call. Even the call last night on Monday Night Football, what he called roughing the passer, to me, it really wasn't, because the dude, I guess he kind of grabbed him from his upper back and they were kind of going down. But that's just how they're going to call it.
To following up on JR's point, though, do you think that only certain guys are getting that call?
Yeah, the NFL, it wants to protect its marquee quarterback. That doesn't mean Marcus Mariota is more important than Tom Brady as a person, but from a marketability standpoint to the NFL and putting butts in the seats and ratings, he is, right? But you have to be consistent and call it all the way around.
Last night's call, I think there's this daisy chain effect. I've been watching coverage on it all day, and there's been some really good commentary. A lot of guys are calling for, and I forget his name, but the lead referee in the Tampa game to miss a game check. That's how bad they say that one was. And last night, for example, to your point, Freddie, Chris Jones wrapped up Carr, took the ball from him. They were both, and then he just fell. He's a big dude. He just fell. Right. And that would have been a change of possession, obviously. Andy Reid went nuts, and they called roughing the passer there. And I want you guys to take a listen to a soundbite from what Chris Jones said after the game and what his thoughts were on how this kind of thing can be or should be addressed in the future. So check this out.
And then when you take that initiative, if we're able to do it in the booth and the referees can get a second look because it's happening so fast, maybe we can squeeze them Because now it's getting absurd. You know what I'm saying? Now it's causing cheap games.
Right. So I think what he said is spot on. And I've said it all along. And this is a case where I don't think Carr is in that super protected category. It was a bad call. Dude did everything right to secure the ball for his team. And again, I'm looking at the time and situation, right, Freddie? So he was down 10 points, doing everything that he'd been practicing all week. He fell. There was no wrap, no throw, no nothing. Now, in this case, I just think that we're going overboard with the quarterback. I feel really bad for what happened to Tua, but I also blame the Miami organization for putting him back out there in that situation. My opinion, and I want to see how you guys feel about it, like when you have a guy like Chris who did everything he could, is, if you suiting up to me, you fair game. And to JR's point, you got quarterbacks, and a lot of them are busting out of the pocket, what's my man's name in Baltimore? Cats that just run. Right. And then you got some who try to act like they're going out of bounds, Baker Mayfield, and try that little okey doke move and then want a flag when somebody pops his ass. I don't think that you can train all off season for contact. And you're telling Chris, if it's not a quarterback, you can hit him, you can take the ball, you can follow him. If it's a running back, wide receiver, any other person who picks up a fumble, but you got to wait and say, whoa, wait a second. Oh, you're a quarterback. I'm sorry. I won't take the ball from you. Thoughts on that?
Honestly, it's bad for the integrity of the game because you're making guys afraid to play. These guys weigh, they massive dudes. You know what I'm saying? Now,
there was a couple plays, no kidding, where defensive linemen got into the quarterback and they just hold him now. Not even talking about the Chris Jones situation, because they're like, well, I don't want to get flagged.
But and think about it though, even if they're running fast and the quarterback does one of them things you're talking about, and then he gets hit. Now, do I not take the shot at him because he may not go out of bounds? See, so it messes up the integrity of the games.
And in the Tampa game, like Freddie's game, I didn't realize until I started doing some of the research today, it wasn't fourth down.
It was third.
It would have been fourth down.
Yeah, and they would have punted.
Yeah, So
I think the Kansas City one, in my opinion, it was worse because that to me it was a clear change of possession
before the fall, right?
Right. It was to me the possession changes.
Okay, so JR, do you agree with Chris's assertion that all he's saying is, can we at least get a booth review on it on those calls?
Definitely, because sometimes even when I guess they do review it in the league office when they're penalties that are personal fouls, but something like that, that could mess up a person's game check. You know what I'm saying? They have incentives for all kinds of things. He just had a serious, turnover that caused a turnover.
And again, at the very time that it happened, he's down in the game, trying to do whatever he can to help his team win. I don't have a problem. I want to be clear here. When you do a personal foul, and you go and you do that extra stuff, like even when a running back, he's 5-10 yards out of bounds, you take a shot at him. Hell yeah. I get all of that. But it's getting to the point, again, my opinion, that we have one set of rules. For example, if Deebo Samuels comes out the backfield for San Francisco on a swing pass, on a pitch, and he's sweeping, and I'm going to tackle him, he can knock my block off with his hand.
Yeah.
Straight up. No harm, no foul. I can get carried off the field. That's okay. But I can't tackle a quarterback, because again, I forget the term you use, Freddie, you have to forgive me, but the marquee player or the money, whatever it's called, I've felt already that defenses are already being penalized. As an old, and I mean really old, defensive back, I used to be able to hit people. Now, everything's a PI and you can't touch and all that kind of stuff. What they're doing with quarterbacks, I think, is absurd, man. If you don't want to get hit, then don't suit up.
I think they're gonna change it. It's not gonna occur during this season, but I think probably see something to where all penalties that occur on the quarterbacks or in the offensive backfield are going to be reviewable.
I think officials miss calls. Totally get
definitely.
that. Definitely. I think Chris's point was my coach shouldn't have to throw the flag, before, and he's just saying, just for the ones that you're calling roughing the passer. And to me, JR, the thing is, the minute the ball changes possession, you ain't a quarterback no more.
Yeah.
You with me? Once Chris clearly had the ball in his hands, now, Carr is just another player. Now, I know Carr didn't want a 340-pound cat fog on him. Sure, nobody
hold
does.
on. Come
But
on.
what is he supposed to do?
Yeah, he didn't want it, but it's football. Now, do you know what I'm saying?
I do.
I believe that if you get the quarterback, this is my opinion. If you hit the quarterback and it's a clean hit, you're not slamming him or nothing like that, there is no roughing.
And you know who comes to my mind, JR? Help me out here, Freddie. Who's the quarterback? I guess he's sort of kind of quarterback. Who's the go-to quarterback for New Orleans? Number 7.
Taysom Hill.
Thank you. You got a guy like that that's running 65% of the time. Maybe not even he runs more than Lamar. So he's running all the time. If you are a linebacker, what do you do, Freddie? Do you change your gear and say, well, if he's in the pocket, I don't touch him, but once he starts sweeping, I can hit him? How do you tell your defenders to not get flagged for tackling a guy like him or Lamar?
I don't think they will, because when he's in the game, everybody know he's going to run. But
he's a quarterback.
Yeah, he actually he's a tight end.
He's playing the position of quarterback. I don't care what you call him, and yes, he's going to run it.
Think about this though. Before they build up their speed, if you're talking about like Buffalo's quarterback, who's it, Allen?
Yeah.
If I wait in the pocket, okay. If I wait till he leaves, he's building up ahead of steam. That's
gonna run over your ass.
That's not a little guy.
If I'm gonna go out and draft the biggest, baddest, toughest D lineman on the planet, I want his assignment to be to crush anybody in your way. If they wear another uniform, take them clean, but take them down. And now you're asking guys to stop and think and say, am I holding them too long? What do I do? I used to have this feeling back in the day with the thing when I grew up. They had a thing called in the grasp. And when I first grew up, there was no in the damn grass. If that quarterback was trying to get away, he was live like a mouse on a trap. You ain't dead yet. I'm going to take you down. But then they did the in the grass thing to protect people like Brett Favre and blah, blah. Oh, fair enough. We're going to turn it over to our audience, and we're going to keep that in the question of the week. Do you think that the rules for roughing the passer are okay, too extreme, or at least, as Chris Jones said, in his interview yesterday, and we're taping on Tuesday, so he actually said it Monday night, at least make it a booth review. That's it. You can find out. Let us know how you guys think about roughing the passer, right? Either at Twitter at 15 Good Minutes or on YouTube.com/15 Good Minutes. I think it's a polarizing topic, Freddie. I think depending upon who you ask, you're going to get a different opinion.
I think you just have to be objective.
I say suit him up. JR, you get the last word.
I'm with you, man. Let's play football.
Let's play some football. So we're interested to see what our audience members say. Thank you guys, as always, for rocking with the show. We appreciate you. And we will see you guys next week.